Aight. We got Cosgrove. Revisiting all 9 losses from the 2015-16 Warriors that went 73-9. 10 years later, man. Is anyone gonna go 74-8? This was the season before KD joined the Warriors, by the way. You guys didn't know. KD's throwing a Thunder at this time.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are off to a historic start to this NBA season.
Yeah, they went 24. They went 24-1. Yeah,
they're playing. It felt like the perfect time to look back at the last team that opened a season in a similar fashion, the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors. That year, Golden State was so dominant that every time they lost, it felt like breaking news, simply because it happened so rarely.
I remember that.
So
man.
Today, we're revisiting.
Grandma St. Green said every road game feel like the circus.
9 of their losses from that season, and while the Warriors didn't end.
Every away game, every time they played on the road, it felt like the circus was coming.
Moment, beating them felt like a badge of honor for the teams that pulled it off, and maybe it's still.
So they lost to the Celtics?
There are 9 fan bases that are probably gonna enjoy this video, and Warriors fans definitely aren't one of them.
Shout out to Cosgrove. This is the intro. The Rockets. Harrison Barnes can dunk.
Heading into the 2016 season, it was clear that the Warriors were motivated to prove the doubters wrong. People questioned the legitimacy of their 2015 championship, saying that
Andre Iguodala won the Finals MVP in 2015.
Easy path to the finals.
Even though Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors stand here today,
Stephen A. had hair.
Defending NBA champions, we still said, well, Kevin Love was hurt. Kyrie Irving was hurt. I'm still of the mindset that Cleveland would have won that championship if both Kevin Love and Kyrie were healthy.
So what better way to make a statement than by winning their first 24 games of the season?
The greatest show in sports keeps getting renewed. 14-0.
They're playing so good. They're so far ahead of everybody now. If they lose, it'll be because they just had a bad night.
Their last regular season loss.
16-0. I think Steve Kerr was out with a back injury too, so Luke Walton had to coach the team. He was like the intern coach.
And Golden State Warriors set the record for best start in NBA history at 16-0.
The defending champions are 22-0.
But that 24th consecutive win didn't come easy, as it took double overtime to get the job done, barely surviving. It was somewhat of a moral victory for Boston for being able to hold their own.
They're tough, man. Had to claw our way to it. You hope you don't have to play an extra 10 minutes to get it done, but we found a way.
But the Milwaukee Bucks,
they lost to the Bucks. They lost. I know this one.
A moral victory. They wanted.
Sorry for spoiling it. It is not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
And made sure to speak it into existence by having t-shirts made. This was the very next night for the Warriors.
Giannis ended the streak.
Stop of a 7-game road trip, so they were exhausted. They couldn't really get anything to go down in the first quarter. The Bucks led by double digits for most of the night. Everyone was waiting for the Warriors to go on a huge run, but Milwaukee kept answering. Had the Warriors won this game, they would have become the first team in NBA history to go 7-0 on a road trip. But the Bucks, led by Greg Monroe's 28 points, were just too much.
Where's Giannis? You have Giannis. Oh, it's not Giannis. Who's this? Oh, it's Michael Carter Williams.
The Bucks on the verge of stopping the 2 longest streaks in NBA history. January 9th, 1972, they stopped the Lakers' 33-game streak, and they are going to stop a 28-game streak dating back to last season. Unbelievable.
You can kind of appreciate what we were able to accomplish. I think we can refocus.
You know, the losses are gonna come. You know, we didn't have it tonight.
The Warriors would get their revenge about a week later, defeating Milwaukee at Oracle, with a handful of Warriors fans responding with a t-shirt of their own, mocking the Bucks record. On December 30th, the Warriors had to play without Steph Curry because of a leg bruise. They knew coming in that they would have to fill that 30-point void that Curry provided for that team. But despite having 5 players score in double figures, it wasn't enough to outlast the Mavericks. The Mavericks led by 18 at the half, and at one point were up by as many as 30, as the Warriors dropped to 29-2 overall. 2 weeks later, the Warriors were in Denver to face the Nuggets, this time without Draymond Green. Steph Curry didn't play particularly well all night, but started to cook in the fourth, keeping the Warriors within striking distance.
Here comes Steph Curry, 35 points. He launches.
He just pulled it from half.
35 feet.
Golden State had a chance
gonna do
to
it
either
again.
tie or take the lead with just over 10 seconds remaining, but Curry would commit a costly
he turned it
turnover.
over.
After a couple Denver free throws, Klay Thompson would hit a quick triple to cut the deficit down to 1, and would also get a chance to win the game, but it was no good.
A short.
The Denver Nuggets have shocked the Golden State Warriors. And
So all their wins, all their losses came on the road, I think. They lost to the Bucks on the road, lost to the they lose to the Nuggets on the road, and they lost to the who else they lose to? Rock, I forgot. Bro, what the hell? We just saw it too. Going on with me. They lost to the Mavericks on the road. Okay.
Golden State had a chance to either tie or take the lead with just over 10 seconds remaining, but Curry would commit to cut.
the Denver Nuggets have shocked the Golden State Warriors and handed them their 3rd loss of the season.
During the post-game interview, people accused Curry of crying. I personally think he was just tired, but if he was in fact crying, let's hope he still had some tissues left for the game that took place just 3 days later, because nothing seemed to go their way. Michigan native Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors were visiting the Pistons on the same night they retired Ben Wallace's number 3 jersey. In the first quarter, Steph hit a pretty impressive logo 3, but other than that, the Warriors got off to a slow start. Just before the half, Curry and Draymond both got a technical foul literally within 30 seconds of each other. For most of the night.
I remember Curry used to get text, bro. He used to throw his mouthpiece. Remember Curry used to throw his mouthpiece when anytime he got mad and get a text? Once I threw his mouthpiece at the ref.
State to their worst field goal percentage. Detroit dominated for most of the night, holding Golden State to their worst field goal.
Andre Iguodala, bro. Stick to shooting, bro. Stick to shooting, bro. Bro, the Marshall got the death beam pointed to his earth, bro. Stick to shooting. Don't do that again. Bro, what the hell?
Of the season up until that point, the Warriors just weren't themselves. And with them now losing 2 of their last 3 games, perhaps the air of invincibility that had surrounded them was beginning to fade.
I don't know who you think you are. That's when the Finals MVP got to his head.
As good as we are, you can lose to anybody on any given night in this league, and hopefully that's a lesson that sticks with us for a while.
Why are you still using bots for your meetings? How else am I going to remember what happened?
That's the thing about their losses, bro.
Okay.
That's the thing about their losses, bro. Most of their losses are belt, bro. They're not even close. When they lose bad. Like 99% of the time.
Now, they did go on to win 11 in a row after that game, and by the time the All-Star break came along, the Warriors were 48-4, the best record ever through 52 games. If anybody needed the All-Star break, it was them. But while they were relaxing and having fun, Damian Lillard was still fuming over the fact that he was snubbed, and knew that
2018, bro. It's 2016.
Next opponent.
Well, he did get snubbed 2016.
And took it out on them. Lillard just couldn't miss, draining the Warriors. Lillard was still fuming over the fact that he was snubbed, and knew that when the season resumed, the Warriors were his next opponent, and took it out on them. Lillard just couldn't miss, draining 9 threes for a then career-high 51 points. Warriors fans tried to chalk it up to an All-Star game hangover. Even if there was some truth to that, the final score was still shocking.
Yep, Curry had 31. You later at 51.
Damian Lillard, a new career-high 51. Statement.
That is a statement. For all you all-star coaches that couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, there it is.
You come to town, especially for a team like that, it's their biggest game of the year, so we gotta.
Clay said, yeah, we're the biggest team of the year, biggest game of the year every time we come to town, bro. Right, they always want to try hard against us, but against another team, they want to play lackadaisical. Yeah, Clay, I love Clay.
Man, they just caught us on an off night. This is a good wake-up call for us.
And a wake-up call it was, especially for Steph Curry, as he would go on a tear for the next few games, scoring 51 of his own not even a week later, and capping off the road trip with a nationally televised game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The game where, if you recall, Curry did this.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Curry ended the night with 46 points and made 12 three-pointers, becoming the first player in NBA history to have back-to-back games with 10 or more threes. But just a little over a week later versus the Lakers, he wouldn't really be able to get anything to go down, going 6 for 20 from the field and 1 of 10 from three-point range. He just wasn't feeling it.
But a very poor three-point shooting game.
Where did Kobe say them? RP Kobe and everyone in the helicopter, bro. Bro, what did Kobe say to him to make them win? That's when the Lakers were trash.
Instead, they see one of the biggest regular season upsets in the history of the NBA. The 12-51 Lakers and Golden State, their 6th loss of the season.
Like usual, the Warriors followed up that loss by winning several in a row, just in time to build up anticipation for this game.
People gonna be watching this game tomorrow night. I promise you that. I don't believe that anybody who loves basketball.
Bro, I ain't even watch ESPN back then. I just watch NBA TV. I ain't even know. I ain't started watching until like 2020. I ain't started watching ESPN until 2020, bro.
Going to miss this game on ABC tomorrow night. If you do, you're a damn fool. And I promise you, any basketball fan out there will have their eyes glued to ABC. This is what it's all about right here.
But unfortunately, the Warriors would be without 3 key players. By the time it was over, Curry had missed 14 of 18 shots, while just barely extending his record streak of regular season games in which he hit at least 1 three-pointer. He was 1 of 12 from distance, with 0 points in the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, LaMarcus Aldridge had 26 points and 13 rebounds.
Mid-range, bro. That down mid-range is annoying.
Now, the Warriors were trying to keep a home winning streak alive themselves.
So they lost? Did they lose?
Remain perfect at home. Now, the Warriors had 26 points and 13 rebounds, beating the Warriors to remain.
That was Tim Duncan's last season, too.
Now, the Warriors were trying to keep a home winning streak alive themselves. You see, going into this April 1st matchup against the Boston Celtics, the Warriors hadn't lost at home in the regular season in over 14 months, dating all the way back to January of 2015. They were riding a 54-game regular season home win streak, but the Celtics were seeking revenge for what happened earlier in the season. The Warriors came out flat, and by the end of the first half, they had 13 turnovers, with Steph Curry being responsible for 7 of them, but he came out hungry in the second half. Curry would score 21 points in the 3rd quarter alone, and it was needed. Late in the 4th, there was so many huge plays, so many clutch moments, but it was the Celtics who walked away with the win.
A 54-game win streak in the regular season at Oracle comes to an end.
A little Isaiah Thomas beat him.
Visibly stunned, as they had gotten so accustomed to winning at home.
A little Isaiah Thomas.
Cavities can actually repair themselves, and this is how. This is because
I can skip it.
Just 2 games later, they would suffer another loss at home, this time to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Curry simply could not get a shot to fall in the first half. He was 0 for 8 from the field, with his 2 points coming from free throws.
You concerned at all about the shot not being there early? Any concerns? The face says no.
Am I concerned about Steph Curry making a shot? No, not at all.
He did come out in the 3rd quarter and hit 4 threes. It looked like they were going to be alright after all, as they led by as many as 17 at one point. But the Timberwolves would slowly inch their way back into the game. The Warriors would have a chance to win it, but failed to get a shot.
Andre Iguodala, he ain't get the shot off in time, so that's why he ain't get a shot off in time. That's why. So if he got a shot off, if he got it off in time, he would have made it.
Plenty of opportunities, but just couldn't capitalize on them. And suddenly,
the young lady had Levine too.
For an NBA record 73 wins just got a lot more difficult. They had to sweep their final 4 regular season games to pull it off, and they did.
It's official, number 73. The greatest regular season in NBA history now belongs to the 2016 Golden State Warriors.
They became the first team in NBA history to go the entire regular season without back-to-back losses, and without losing to the same team twice. But what's interesting about those 9 losses they suffered is that they came against some of the worst to average teams in the league. Sure.
And they got blown out too. Most of them were blowouts, bro. Like this game was close against the Celtics and the Denver. Those are the only close losses they got. The rest of them, they got blown out.
Teams have off nights, but it was still surprising to see the Warriors play down to the level of their competition. Again, even though they failed to win the championship, I still take pride in being able to say that my Blazers were one of those 9 teams, and the fact that they were the first team to beat the Thunder this year. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what their record looks like by the end of the season.
Oh yeah, they lost in the Western Conference Finals. They ended like 64-18. They lost in the Western Conference Finals in 7 games to the Spurs. What did you do? Anyone go 74-0? I did. On 2K. What the? Hey, shout out to Cosgrove, man.